Equanimity. Equanimity plays a central role in meditation and in our lives. Indeed, it's found on many of the lists in Buddhism. It's a quality of the chitta, of the heart mind, and that quality can be experienced in the body and in the mind. We know, for example, when we're off kilter physically, for example, in the body, when we maybe feel nauseous or achy. And we know the experience of being off kilter mentally in the mind, in our thoughts and emotions, like when we wake up on the wrong side of the bed or are stewing over a problem. Equanimity suggests a sense of harmony, of homeostasis, balance, balance in the middle of our life, in the middle of a storm. In fact, I would say that right now we're in the middle of a storm and we're going to be in it for some time to come. So it's a good idea to grow sea legs, figure out how to steady ourselves as the world changes so rapidly under our feet. And let's practice not adding any fuel to the fire of inflamed rhetoric that's, adding our opinions and our anger and our fear into the mix. Hafiz said, "We have all the ingredients of making a living nightmare. Let's not mix them." But of course we will. It's inevitable because we're going to feel the tug of wanting to vehemently express our opinions and beliefs, especially when others are spewing theirs. So go easy with that, please. It's for your welfare. Or heed Gandhi's words, "An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind." I think that's a good warning. Or test the Buddha's words out. Is it really true that hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love? What a good question to work with, especially in today's world. All day long, we're buffeted about by internal and external weather patterns that we're subjected to simply because we're alive at this moment in time, and because we're humans and we have often multiple and competing agendas. We want some things and we don't want other things. We like this, not that. We agree with this, not that. We seek after gain, fame, praise, and pleasure. We avoid, resist, react to loss, disgrace, blame, and pain. And it's out of all of this, pushing and pulling, that we suffer. Sailors have learned to get out of the way in order to see and feel the ocean enough to navigate the unseeable currents. And we too have to learn to get out of the way enough to see how and where we get caught up in reactivity, and then learn how to back out of it into a more balanced, centered bodily posture of relative equanimity. This is where mindfulness comes in. It can be really helpful because the practice of mindfulness keeps inviting us to notice when we're out of balance and in some reactive posture, and to notice by feel. It invites us to learn how to come inside and feel that constricted posture and relax out of it, how to back out of that into a wider, more spacious posture that can hold the fullness and the messiness of what's really here. Equanimity is training the heart to be with whatever arises. But we have to notice our reactivity before we can back out of it. Again, this is what mindfulness is beginning to teach us to do. Mindfulness entrains attention to notice reactivity and then to orient back into some sense of balance. This movement from reactivity into more balance can be felt throughout the whole of the organism, body, breath, heart, mind. The truth is The body is always doing its best to restore homeostasis. It's just that our mind's reactivity can override the body's natural inclinations to relax. So mindfulness is helping us to get out of the way and let nature take its course. It teaches the mind and the body how to live in harmony with one another and with other people, and how to respond in a balanced way that is based on non-harm and goodwill, not personal rightness or preference. Now, doesn't that sound good? Right. Except that on the ground and in real life, when our daily news feed arrives, and when the daily trickle of bad news, violence, and blatant injustice reaches us, a balanced response can feel far away, if not impossible. This is why we entrain the skill of equanimity, so that we can see and feel and respond as clearly and as carefully as possible. So let's be real, because it's getting hot in here, and all the storms are threatening to topple us over. So let's check in. Now, I ask you to just consider for yourself right now, in general, how equanimous are you? Be curious, not judgmental, because that won't work. We're all different. Some of us are friendlier than others. Some of us are more compassionate than others. Some of us more joyful. Some of us more naturally equanimous. We don't get so ruffled. We stay in our seat, so to speak, or we can think in the middle of a crisis. Some folks have that skill of affect tolerance. So how equanimous are you? Just ask yourself. No shame, we're all different. But what I do know is that all of you who keep coming back here, however regular or intermittent you are, you keep returning because some part of you wants to grow the heart. Now I'll tell you a secret. These times that we're living in right now, these are our times. Yes, the world is on fire with greed, with hatred, with the ignorance of our individual and collective self-centeredness. That's true. Ironically, though, these conditions are the best conditions in which to grow all of the Brahma Viharas, especially and importantly, equanimity, the high ground of equanimity, because that is actually what cools the fires. This balanced view is what helps us discern the best response, because equanimity is informed by all of the other Brahma Viharas. It grows out of the ground of metta, out of non-harm and goodwill, and is educated and ripens with and by the other Brahma Viharas. Balanced, caring attention, loving attention is a refined state of calm, balanced clarity that sees and feels what is happening and considers wisely how to respond. We're growing that muscle of equanimity. Each time we notice our reactivity. So good job for noticing. Practice is messy. Expect wobbles. Of course, we will get reactive more times than we care to say out loud. But say it at least to yourself. Notice when you get caught. Notice, catch yourself red-handed, getting caught up, holding on, pushing away, reacting to. See that reactivity. Good job for noticing. All right? Now, lovingly, underline, highlight the word lovingly. Lovingly take a breath. Take a breath and wisely let go of thinking. Let go of the story, let go of the emotion, come back inside, tether attention to the breath to the body to the ground, then stay in the body breathing. Let the reactivity unwind. Let the energies unwind and slowly dissipate. Watch the organism come back into balance all on its own, right? Just watch. Watch it recenter itself. Watch the holding environment reconstitute before your very eyes. But maybe be curious about how quickly can we come back to center, to some vicinity of the center. And then repeat this often as is needed. This isn't avoidance. This is not a strategy of avoidance. This is a strategy of growing sea legs. Sea legs that help us to develop the skills that we need to gain balance and equanimity. This is real life equanimity practice. We can do this. It's for our welfare, and it's for the welfare of all the beings that we'll encounter and the welfare of the human collective. We can do this. All right. Thank you for your kind attention. Take a breath. Shake it out. Let all of that go. Open up this wind instrument. Breathe some life into this wind instrument. Find as comfortable a seat as is possible. Give the body whatever it needs so it can let go of any extra work. Maybe gently close the eyes, let go of the outside world. Bring attention squarely into the interior. Feel the opening, lifting, expanding of the inhalation, and the softening and settling down and through and around the whole of the body, letting it settle all the way down onto the ground. Each inhalation opening and bringing life, each exhalation receiving or releasing tension and stress. And very gently soften around the eyes and the forehead, down around the sides of the face, softening the jaw, the mouth, cheeks. And on the next exhalation, let the attention settle through the neck and shoulders, down the arms. Let the hands be heavy. And on the next exhalation, Draw the attention down the chest, the belly, the whole of the back. Pooling at the base. And on the next exhalation, letting attention go all the way through the base of the body, the hips, the legs, the feet. Now, as you breathe, see if you can soften the attitude. Kind eyes. Whole body posture of caring attention. And for the next little while, your object of attention is to notice when the mind has wandered away into some pattern of thought or reactivity, emotion. Notice. Take a breath and withdraw attention from that thought pattern and come back down into the body and let the energies unwind and settle back into something that feels more comfortable and at ease. Again and again, returning to comfort and ease. Notice when the mind wanders away into thinking or feeling, reacting. Good job for noticing. Now take a breath and come on back in and unwind the energies back into something that feels more balanced. And for the last 5 minutes, letting go of the meditation instruction and just settling back and into the whole body breathing, and just let the organism feel as comfortable and as at ease as possible. And now just drop in the awareness of context. All of us sitting here with you, and you sitting here with us. Each of us alone together, making room for what's really here. A field of goodwill.